Okay, so um, in the other videos, I talked about the major requirements or the major information that you need to know if you're interested in applying for QTS in the UK. So now I want to quickly jump to why I'm making this particular video. See, when you are applying for the QTS, mind you, I've said it earlier that applying for QTS in England is different from Scotland and that of Wales and that of Northern Ireland. Now, I have been through the application process for Scotland, and so that is basically what I'm trying to share with you. Now, if it happens that because of the restrictions on applying for QTS in England, uh, 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 like it's very likely that if you hold an education degree, it's very likely that you would qualify to get a QTS in Scotland. Now, I have talked about the certificate of comparability. I've talked about the certificate of comparability. So now I just want to briefly take you through, the documents that you would need when you are applying for a QTS in Scotland. I would bring in that of England, as I go along. And then for those of you that qualify for England, then you can actually also do that as well. So now, in applying for your QTS, you would need all the documents that you used when you were applying for your certificate of comparability, which is all of your certificates, all of your transcripts, and a proficiency letter for all of the certificates that you have and all the transcripts that you have. So that plus an ID, a form of ID, which internationally the passport is the most preferred. So you'd need that as well. And then for England, they would request for a letter of professional standing, which you would have to apply to your teacher regulatory agency in your home country. In Ghana, for instance, we have the National Teaching Council, which is the NTC. So in this case, you would have to apply to the NTC that you would need a letter of professional standing, and they would ask you for the email of the institution that you would want them to send it to. They will not give you that letter. You would never have a copy of that letter. Even when they send it to the institution that you want them to send it to, if you ask that institution to send you a copy of that letter, they will not send it to you. So they will ask for the email of the institution that is requesting for that, and you provide it. And then once you pay them, that is the NTC, because I know in Ghana, the NTC, they will, I think last time I checked, there was 700 cedis or so. You pay them, and then they will prepare the letter for, prepare the letter. Once the letter is ready and signed, then they will send it to that institution. So with England, they will ask for that letter of professional standing. Even if you don't see it in the application, it will be very important that you still request for it and let it be sent to them. So that is for your information there. Now, with England too, it's free. With Scotland, you will pay. That is for the QTS application. With Scotland, you will pay somewhere around 60-something pounds. Somewhere around 60-something pounds. I've forgotten exactly how much I paid, but it's around 60-something pounds. So you will pay. And again, with Scotland, they don't necessarily need that letter of professional standing. That is why, you see, I realized that when you compare England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, applying for QTS in any of these countries, Scotland is more open. Scotland is more open, because with Scotland, any education degree that you have, you are a teacher. So you can apply for a QTS. And mind you, when you apply for the QTS, it's specific. You cannot use your license to teach any other subject. If your license is to teach secondary school mathematics, that is all you will teach. No school will take you to teach any other subject apart from that. If you're licensed, and it's on your license, when you receive your license, it will be on it. Mine, it says secondary school mathematics. When I received my Scotland QTS license, it stated on it secondary school mathematics. Secondary school, which is from year 7 up to year 11. In Ghana, we would say from JSS 1 or JHS 1 to SHS 2. Because here, the secondary school, it's 1. We don't have junior high school and senior high school. It's just one big secondary school. So that is for your information there. So if you have any education degree, if you are trained to teach in the primary school, you can apply for QTS primary education. That has its requirements as well. It's very similar. So once you are able to go through all the process, then and your license comes, then it will be stated on your license that you are licensed to teach at this level, this subject, and so forth. So that is for that one. Okay, so once you have put in the application, like I said, Scotland, they don't necessarily request for letter of professional standing, but sometimes it can help to prove that indeed you are a teacher. So if in as much as they don't necessarily need it, you can still request for it at your teacher regulatory agency in your home country and provide the email. Once your application have gone through, once you've made your payment and they have received your application, they will let you know. A handler will pick it when it gets to your turn, and a handler picks it. That handler will be the one that is going to communicate everything with you. If they need any extra information, any extra documents, anything at all from you, that handler will communicate with you. When you get that document, you send it to that handler and they will add it to you. Every time when they need something, they might keep asking for this. And one thing, when they keep asking you for something, when they keep asking, provide this document, you are on the right track. You are definitely on the right track. So when they keep asking you for further clarification, you're on the right track. So once you get that, and eventually the decision comes. When the decision comes that you have been accepted, the next thing would be for them to register you into what they call PVG. Here, like, we have vulnerable groups, children, patients at hospitals, and the elderly. These are known as vulnerable groups. For anyone, any profession that works with these groups of people, they have to have records of you with regards to your dealings with these vulnerable groups of people. So if there ever come any situation where maybe you have bad record with these groups, it goes into that record. So they will send you a link where you will register with the PVG, and that one too you will pay also around 60 something pounds. And mind you, definitely you are going to pass because you don't have any bad record here in the UK or anything like that. But the idea is to get you registered onto that system, so that when a school employs you and you come, you are sponsored, and then you come and you start working, they will be keeping tabs on you, and then your records and everything will be there. So that will be the next step. After the decision come from the General Teaching Council of Scotland that you have been accepted, and then you create that PVG account. When the PVG results come out, they will send one straight to the General Teaching Council of Scotland, and then they will also give you feedback on that as well. After that, the next step is for you to pay another amount of money, which is also around 60 something pounds, and that is for a membership. It's an annual membership, to be a member of the general teaching, the teaching workforce in Scotland. Because if you know, like in Ghana, for instance, we have teacher associations where you have to. So here, once the decision comes that you have been accepted, then you register with the PVG, and then you make your payment. When the PVG results come out, then they will send you a link. The General Teaching Council of Scotland will send you a link where you will pay for your first year membership of the teaching workforce in Scotland. Once that payment is made, you're done. Once that payment is made, within 24 hours, you are going to receive your PIN and the specialty and everything that comes with it. You're going to receive your PIN. And once you have your PIN, it means you can now start looking for a job as a teacher in Scotland with sponsorship. And what follows after that. So that is the long and short of it all. So if you really if you believe that you have a chance with Scotland, which I believe you do, so long as you have a teaching certificate, then definitely I think you should give this a try. So now I think in the next video I will delve more. If anybody has any question, you can ask me. I might be able to address it in the next video. I might be able to respond to you directly. So if you have any question, just let me know. Okay, thank you. Now, yes, when it comes to Scotland and the QTS in Scotland, once you've gone through all these process and you have your license, you have your PIN, I need you to remember that the PIN that they give you is provisional. Although that is going to be your PIN forever, but that is provisional. Now, that is what you use to search or to look for a job as a teacher. Once you satisfy, whoever that employer is, then they will employ you. Now, it's provisional because you have never had any teaching experience in the UK or in Scotland. That is why they give provisional license. So once you get a job, which you can use to get a job. So once you do get a job and you come to Scotland and then you start working as a teacher, that school will be the ones to eventually observe you and even teach you or show you the ropes, with regards to teaching in Scotland. The basic things, very important things that you need to know, that you need to learn about teaching in the UK and teaching in Scotland. So after, say, 6 months, 1 year or something that you have taught, it is then that school's responsibility to write a full recommendation letter to the General Teaching Council, to endorse you, to give you an endorsement to the General Teaching Council that indeed you have satisfied all those requirements that it's required of you. And then you will receive your full PIN or your full license. It's going to be the same PIN, but it will not be provisional basis anymore. It's going to be a full license. So that is what you need to know. Now, when you have your license, when the teaching comes and you've been through all the process and you have your provisional license, everything that they require of you to attain full license, they will tell you. They will all be in that email of that decision. Once your PIN, your provisional license has been provided to you, everything that is needed for you to complete to get your full license, it will be stated there. So that the moment you come to the UK, or the moment a school employs you and sponsors you and you relocate to Scotland and you start working, all those things that is required of you to get so that you can be given your full license, you start working towards them. And that is basically what the school that will employ you, that is what they will be helping you to do. So at least by the end of one academic year, you would have satisfied all those extra requirements. And then once you have that, then they will just write to the General Teaching Council and they will give you your full license. So that is for your information there. It was just something a little bit extra to add to the one that I said before. So yes.